Hi guys, I am at work and I just seen one of our customers come in here. I saw the lady about a month ago. Her husband died, right? About a month ago. And we were talking because I seen the despair on her, you know what I mean? Um, so we were just like talking. She was in the lobby by herself and I just wanted to talk to her because I wanted to know like why was she so despaired, you know? You could see despair on people's energy, you know? So I decided to talk to her, and yeah, she loved crying and everything, but she felt hopeless and everything at the time. But her husband freshly had just died, and this is her third husband that she lost, by the way. So I was in here minding my business today, sitting right here in this space, and then I looked over and I saw her. She looked it a little better. Her hair was done, her nail was done, and everything. But in her aura, she still looked a little depressed, but not as bad. Remember, they've been together a long time, so it wasn't like you're gonna expect this to be grief that you just forget about. When you're grieving somebody, you just don't forget about it right away. Even if you pretend to go dancing, go do this, go do that, whatever you do to get over your grief, it's not gonna. It takes time. Healing takes time. So anyway, as I went over to talk to her, she started crying. I was like, "What's wrong?" And she was just saying that nobody haven't touched her. Just a simple touch like this to ask her what was wrong. Nobody haven't touched her in a while. Listen, guys, it's the holiday season. We're going into a new year. You need to just be mindful. You might see someone with a smile on their face, or you might see somebody walking around. You could tell in their body language sometimes. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. As you guys can see, what just happened to Twitch, I think his name was. You cannot tell all the time. Some people know how to mask it very well. But for the ones that don't know how to mask it and they wear it on their body language and they wear it on their face and in their spirit, if you care, you could just walk up and say, "How are you? How you doing?" And that's it. Just that simple statement, "How are you?" And then they'll express themselves. The lady started crying. Like I said, the second time I'm meeting her, she asked me for her number, for my number and everything. I gave it to her. I probably will call later on just to check up and see how she's doing. She's like doing a lot of crying, and um, she expressed that she was lonely. And but it's just so sad to know that so many people out here are thinking about suicide. I've been there, done that myself. Thank God I was sharing my story with her because she was expressing that she just feel like don't want to be here no more and she just want to commit suicide. And I told her if I would have did that, I wouldn't have been able to talk to you guys. I wouldn't have been able to talk to her and share my story with her. So I just told her, if you think when you commit suicide, that's going to be a big like out or whatever you think it's going to be. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was just so despairing and a lot of pain. And I could tell you it's not the answer. I'm happy that I didn't do it. I'm happy that somebody spoke to me at the time. Somebody took the time out to talk to me. So now I'm like returning the favor to her. And some people might say, why would you go out of your way to talk to a stranger that you don't know? But if you are the source that God used to, you know, administer a word or whatever to the person, then, you know, if you're so inclined, that's just awesome. You'll feel like a human being. You're talking about people not being happy. I would say that make me happy, knowing that you can help somebody else. Um, Guys, sometimes money, it's not everything. Yeah, it helps you pay your bills and everything. A lot of people have money and they're not happy. But for me, just like sitting down and talking to the lady and putting a smile on her face and, just talking to her, just even just sharing my story makes me happy. You know, we just really got to take the time out. And that goes for children, that goes for men. Men get depressed as well. And you might think a 5-year-old child can't be depressed, but they can. You don't know what these people are dealing with. And just be kind. That's why you just got to be kind. You might say you don't care, but you might be laughing now, but something could devastate your life and make you feel so low that you don't want to be here anymore. I when I was like a teenager, one of my cousins committed suicide, but she didn't die. And I was the one that got the phone call about the devastation. So, people put people in path to to deliver messages. Like I had to be the one to tell my parents about it. I had to be the one to gather people about it, and I at that time I was saying, oh, I was laughing. I was like, it's crazy. Like, why would she want to kill herself? Because that's what we associate with people being crazy. No, people just check out because the pain of this life sometimes is too hard. With all the devastation that's going on in the world, people just don't feel like being here. They just feel like, why bother? It's just so hard. You're trying, and it's just not going anywhere. But I'm here to tell you to just hold on because things do get better. You might not have $1 million, but you are okay. You're here for a reason. You know, your little part in this life, God sent you here for a reason. You're necessary. So don't always look at life and just money. You're probably here to deliver a big, big, big message to someone. So just be as kind as you can. Ask people how they're doing as much as you can. And just pay attention. I cannot say it enough. Anyway, this is my second message. I do have one more video, but I don't know if I'm going to put it out today, maybe later on. I'm a little exhausted today. But yeah, it's a lot of things going on out here in society. By the way, guys, 2023, just hold on. It has to get better. It can't get worse. You have ups and you have downs, but it's a part of life. Okay? Those hard times are here to teach you lessons. But if you don't learn the lesson, you're going to keep on going back into that pattern over and over again. Guys, learn the lesson and move on. And then when you move on, you can help somebody else. All right? That's the greatest way of, I want to say, like feeling happiness is to help somebody else. So I was talking to the lady and I told her, why don't you volunteer in the hospital? She said she can't because that's where her husband died. Okay, so I said, what about children? She don't want to hear the noise. What about library? She don't want to do that because she can't drive at night. So, she has to take baby steps, but it don't even matter who is around her. It's nice to have company, but it doesn't matter who is around her, who administer to her. If it don't come from within, it has to come from within. One of the things that she said to me that I like, and she's Jewish, by the way, she expressed to me that in the Jewish religion, which I think any religion, unless they practice voodoo, sacrifice and all of that stuff, it doesn't agree with suicide. It doesn't agree with suicide. So she did express that she thought about it, but she don't think she could go through with it. But even if you're religious, it's different from having a relationship with God. One of the things I did like that she said, you told me to pray to God, and I prayed, but I feel like He's not answering me. And I said, He is. Just you need to have, not only do you pray, but you need to have the mustard seed of faith, and God will pull you through anything. All right. As you can hear, my voice is a little low and a little drained because I feel so drained today with me getting up this morning and my neighbor's fire detector was going off and me having to consider my son upstairs in the building and actually jump in and knock on this lady door that I don't really even speak to. I don't even really know. I just know who lived there. I don't really know her. She didn't answer the door. I'm bang, 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 bang. And then with this now, with this lady, God put people in your path. And I could feel her pain. I feel a little drained, or just a little drained by her story, and I just know what she's going through. I have been in a lonely place. I know what it feels like to be in an isolated place. I know what it feels like to have 1 million people around you, but you still feel empty. I know what it feels like to have family and they don't know your story, even though if they think they're family, they don't really, really deep down, they don't really know you. You know, I know what it feels like to be at work and don't feel like being here. I know what it feels like to be in the earth and just wanted to give up. I know what it feels like. I know about pain. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people in pain right now, but I do know that God will bring you over. He'll cross you over to the other side if you just hang in there and depend on him for your everything. Lean into his source because you can't do it alone. All right, leave the burden to him and let him carry it over. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you have a testimony, just you could put your testimony here. If ever you thought about offering yourself for whatever painful thing that was going on in your life, you could leave it here because somebody needs to hear your story. Thank you, guys.